Welcome to Phazon Labs. We are the internet's premier Metroid Futurist podcast, and I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder, and joining me this week is my fellow lab rat, Michael Super Missile Stupid Brown.
What's this do?
Don't push that button.
Oh, I'm pushing it.
Oh, makes me happy inside. So, every week, we bring you a pitch for a brand new Metroid game that we hope we'll one day get to play, and we know we'll probably never get to play. And this week, I'm bringing one to the table here, and it's one that it's an idea that kind of came half-formed in my head, but I figure we can play with it a little because that's what we do here. We'll have some fun with it, come up with some ideas, put a pretty little bow on it along with the title, and slip it under Sakamoto's door and run like hell. So, this week, I bring you my idea. Samus picks up a distress call as she's cruising along, tracks it back to this planet.
Before you say anything else, cruising along, I literally picture her in her spaceship with the top down and the hair, even though it's on the suit, still waving, and her wearing sunglasses over the suit.
Definitely. I approve all of this. That's fan art that needs to be made. Doodle that in your spare time.
That's the game. Good night, people.
Oh, God. So she picks up a distress call, tracks it back to this planet, goes and investigates. Surface scans don't show any sign of life or civilization. So she lands, starts tracking it back on foot, and it takes her deeper and deeper into the planet. And as she starts getting down, everything looks off, looks weird. And we're playing in a 2D side scroll for this, because it's the best way to make this work. But this whole planet is comprised of tunnels and caverns and chambers that are all like MC Escher designs and mechanisms and structures that can keep somebody looped and trapped. And as you start digging in, the end run here is that this planet is actually sentient itself, and it was crying out, and it's trying to keep Samus trapped on this planet. So she's going through, you've got the planet essentially rearranging parts of itself to try and keep her trapped there. And in this particular instance, I'm feeling I want to get away from combat. Like, her and the planet are the only two things alive here. Everything else is all essentially moving, living, twisting, warping, brain-bending terrain. Things that shouldn't work but somehow do here. And so the abilities and power-ups that you find as you go along aren't combat-based, but they're more traversal and perspective and perception-based items, including like since we don't have missiles or super missiles or power bombs, I'm thinking one of them should be a limited ammo item that when dropped locks a certain area of effect in place to where it cannot be altered, moved, twisted, warped, anything. So it's her essentially leaving a breadcrumb trail that she can get through without it being able to be changed by the planet behind her or in front of her. But you find out this whole thing is happening because the planet itself is sentient, but it is horrifyingly lonely. And so it's literally keeping her trapped there because it wants somebody there because it's alone.
I love that last part.
I thought that might hit a nerve with you.
I also think you should be able to at some point find just a ship graveyard.
Ooh, yes.
You ain't the first and you won't be the last.
Right. Maybe that's what she finds first when she lands there, is that graveyard of ships.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have all this in my head when I started this, but it started coming back to me, and I'm like,
Yeah, everything there is derelict and completely useless. But
oh, I love every bit of this. I really want.
Episode.
It does kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the doctor's wife episode.
I was thinking of the one where they're in the hotel with the Minotaur.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. That feels fitting. But I feel like there's a lot of potential to play with, like art style here too, to take a lot of liberties and get real stylistic with it.
Yeah.
Like maybe the further you go towards the center of the planet, where you get to the consciousness of the planet itself at the core, the more everything goes from realism or realistic realism, and it starts fading little by little, gradually changing into that whole like black and white pencil and paper MC Escher style.
But it's a physical thing. It's not just an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
Like reality is warping so much that's the reaction of it.
I love every bit of it. I tell you what, I'm having a hard time trying to put together with this though. I'm really trying to wrap my head around what the sound design and the music would actually be for this.
Very minimalistic. Like, I'm almost thinking even more minimalistic than the first Metroid game was, with the beeps. Like, and I'm thinking
2 was more so.
Yeah, well, I never really played 2, like other than the remake, and
2 on the Game Boy was very, very sparse sound design. Like you really mostly just heard things creeping around in the dark in the background. So I feel like we could totally mix in some boss encounters where we get into areas that are insanely entangled, like large scale puzzles to try and work your way through.
Yeah.
And getting through them is, where you're going to find your next upgrade or ability that's going to let you progress further out of that area and deeper towards the consciousness itself.
I'm also thinking escape sequences. Where...
Oh, God, that'd be messed up.
It's suddenly terrified that you're going to get out.
Planet starts flooding because it's crying in fear and sadness.
Yeah.
You get like whole weird warped water chutes and basically like aquifers that are channeling this water, and it's messing with everything trying to get out. I definitely feel like traversal's a big one here though, and there's a lot of fun that could be had mixing a lot of her traditional movement and traversal abilities with some new ones inside an Escher concept though. Like everything about this idea makes me happy.
I'm also thinking you'd almost need to, for one, a triple jump would almost be necessary. Multi-air dash, and possibly even a mild teleport type situation.
Maybe. I definitely feel like there'd be a great opportunity to play with some gravity concepts here, mixed with, say, some grapple and spider ball abilities.
Yeah.
All those I feel like would just work exceedingly well. I think one of the new perception abilities would be to like pull apart into layers certain screens or whatever screen you're on, but it's a limited ammo ability, So that way, instead of some things looping, when you pull apart the layers, it lets you through because you're no longer blocked by something. Because it's now on a different, mid 4 background layer. Oh, there's so much fun to be had in this. And I love kind of the existential, like, almost childlike horror of just loneliness and depression that this planet is suffering.
Especially since it has no real way to communicate.
Exactly. Ooh. So what do you think? How do we end this? What goes down in the final confrontation?
Honestly, I think I'd hate to say it, but I think it'd be really interesting if Samus never figures out the true aspect of what's going on here and blows the planet up because she's worried it'll hurt somebody else.
I mean, technically it's a giant hazard.
Yeah. You can't really put fucking warning tape out in space.
Giant police caution tape.
Uh-huh. Just a wooden sign. Don't do it, bro.
Wooden sign is on a planet orbiting the whole, or is on a moon orbiting the whole thing. Oh God. No, I don't know. This was just kind of a loose idea in my head.
Like her figure out a way to fix it, because this is something beyond her scope to fix.
It is.
That's what I mean. I would kind of like to see a bittersweet ending, like the kind that it's a resolution, but it doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth.
Right. You know, it'd be kind of fun too. You could totally get into a multiplayer aspect, an asymmetrical multiplayer aspect, where somebody else is playing as the planet itself and gets the control over manipulating and moving parts of the planet around, while another player is playing as Samus trying to get through.
Alternatively, you could straight up do an actual like multiplayer race type simulation with the other creatures that have been brought to this planet.
Ooh. There's almost a potential for a roguelike a roguelike experience here, where every time you play it ends up being different.
Oh, absolutely. Like hell, I'd be disappointed if someone didn't use that aspect of it.
You know who we need to talk to about this? Matt
the people
Bittner.
who did Hades.
Matt Bittner, dude. Guy that did A Robot Named Fight.
Oh, yeah.
Considering that's kind of his bag.
Yes.
I feel like he can get a really neat handle on this. I'm going to shoot him a message tomorrow and be like, yo, I got this idea. And it's up your alley, Holmes. So, all right. So now that we got this worked out, what do we call this thing?
I don't know. I got nothing.
I'm feeling like Entrapment might work.
Yeah, actually, I could see that working.
I like it. Entrapment it is.
Yeah. That was easy.
All right. It was easy. Let's put a bow on it. But yeah, that's my idea. Like I said, just kind of a half-cocked idea I've been kicking around a little. But, that's part of the joy of what we do here at Phazon Labs, is taking something half-formed and helping it grow into a universe-threatening creature, and then unleashing it on the world.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other way?
No, it is definitely the only way. It's our motto here. It's on the placard outside the lab doors. It's in the mission statement.
We have an actual lab? I've been doing this in the alley behind the building.
Well, that's where we put your lab. You're not allowed back in the building after what happened.
It was one time, and you keep bringing it up.
Yeah, but it was the Christmas party, and everybody was there.
Tell me it wasn't funny. You'll never forget it.
I didn't say it wasn't funny. I just said that's why you're not allowed back in the building. So,
jealousy
all right.
stings me.
Well, I want to say thank you to my lab partner, Michael. Thank you to everybody for tuning in with us this week. And we will catch you all next week here at Phazon Labs, powered by the World 1-1 Podcast Network, where you should press start to engage your mind. See you next mission. Peace!